things that sets Kimberbell Punch Needle projects apart from maybe others that are out there is that we've also done a step to add a layer of applique fabric to our project. Now this is not in all the kits, but many of them do have it. So in our example for Punch Needle and Bloom, you're going to have a pre-cut, pre-fused piece of applique fabric in the shape of a flower. And this is where I want it to land here on my project. So it has this protective coating on the back, and when you unpeel that, you're going to have a shiny film that will adhere to this project when you set it with heat, all right? But to set it with heat, you actually want to have a couple more things, or helpful things in this case. We do have these 6x6 inch wool mats available for purchase, and the reason why I like this size and the shape of this being at a perfect 90-degree angle is this. I want to place this on the back of my frame, and I'm going to butt it right up to the corner, and because it has the 90-degree corner there on the mat, it fits perfectly in the frame, right behind the area where I'm going to press the flower onto. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my shape that's already had the paper removed, and just like a puzzle piece, I'm going to spin it until I see where it will land. Okay, and it doesn't have to be exact because my tracing probably wasn't exact either, right? But as long as it's pretty darn close, you're going to be A-okay. All right, so yeah, you can see some of the lines outside, no big deal. I'm just going to place it in that general area, right? Then I'm going to take a very hot iron. If you have a wool setting on it, you could press it, you can turn it to a wool setting, but you can also turn it on a high heat. But the important thing is you don't want to use steam on this, because steam is going to take off all of your other water-soluble marks on here. So don't use steam. But what you want to do is just give it a nice, good, solid press on there over your applique shape for about 12 seconds. So I'm going to count to 12 nice and slow, you know, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, you get the idea, right? And after I've done that, I'm going to lift my iron up and do that again on the other area that hasn't been touched yet, again for another 12 seconds. Okay? Now notice I'm not moving my iron around and stressing out the project. I call it press, don't stress. I don't want to shift it like this. I just want to keep my iron nice and solid in one place and keep it pressed for about 12 seconds. All right, now that it's been pressed on this side, I'm actually going to flip my frame over and press it from the other side as well. So I'm going to place my little 6x6 inch wool mat again, place it underneath, lay this on top, and again for 12 seconds, I should say, I'm going to press it from the other side. And this is just going to make sure that you have a nice piece of fabric that's not going to fray around the edges and it's not going to lift. This is a permanent adhesive here, and you won't have to sew anything. It's just a nice way to add a little extra touch to your punch needle project with a little bit of Kimberbell applique.